You make more money than you did a year ago, maybe more than you've ever made in your life. So why does your bank account still hit zero by the end of every single month? You're not lazy. You're not bad with money. You work hard, you earn more than you used to, and yet somehow the money just evaporates. You blink, and it's the 28th, and you're counting down to payday again. Here's the part that should really bother you. Somewhere out there, right now, there's a person earning half of what you earn, and they're quietly getting richer than you. Same city, same prices, smaller paycheck, more wealth. How is that even possible? It's not luck. It's not some secret stock only rich people know about. It comes down to one tiny habit and one small change in the order you do things. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let me show you. Think about what actually happens when you get paid. The money lands in your account, and for about a day, you feel great. You feel rich. And then the world lines up with its handout: rent or the mortgage, groceries, the electric bill, 3 subscriptions you forgot you were even paying for, a dinner out because you earned it, a sale you couldn't miss. One by one, everyone gets paid. The landlord gets paid. The supermarket gets paid. The streaming service gets paid. The app designed to make you tap buy now gets paid. And then, at the very end of the month, with whatever crumbs are left over, you tell yourself the same quiet promise you always do: I'll save whatever remains. But let's be honest with each other. What actually remains? Nothing. There's always one more thing to buy, one more bill you forgot, one more reason the money's already gone. So it repeats. Month after month, year after year, you are busy, you are working, you are earning, and you are paying every single person on the planet, except the one who actually did the work. You. This is what almost everyone does. It has a name. It's called paying yourself last. And the scary thing is, you can do it for 10 years without ever noticing. Now here's the twist that flips the whole thing on its head. The problem was never how much you earn. Read that again. You could double your income tomorrow, a raise, a new job, a second stream of income, and still end the month at zero. Because when income goes up, spending quietly rises to match it. A bigger paycheck just buys a bigger lifestyle, and you end up in exactly the same place, just with nicer stuff. So the real problem isn't the size of the paycheck, it's the order. You save last. And the fix is almost embarrassingly simple. You flip the order, you pay yourself first. But wait, why would something this simple actually work? Because pay yourself first isn't just money advice. It quietly hacks 3 things about how your brain is wired. The first is this: out of sight, out of mind. When money is sitting in your main account, your brain files it under available to spend. It's right there glowing on the screen. But the moment that money moves somewhere else, before you ever really see it, your brain stops counting it as yours. You don't grieve what was never in your hands. That's why the money has to leave first, automatically, before you get attached to it. The second thing is one of my favorites: your spending will always expand to fill whatever's available. There's an old principle called Parkinson's law. It says, work expands to fill the time you give it. Give yourself a week to do a task. It takes a week. Give yourself a day. It somehow takes a day. Money behaves the exact same way. Give your lifestyle the entire paycheck, and your lifestyle will grow until it swallows the entire paycheck. But here's the beautiful part. It works in reverse too. Hide a slice off the top, and something almost magical happens. Your spending quietly shrinks to fit what's left. You adjust without even trying. You barely feel it. The third thing is the big one. Automation beats willpower every time. If you save when you feel like it, you have to win a fight against yourself 30 times a month. Every temptation, every sale, every impulse. And here's the truth nobody likes. Willpower runs out. It's a battery, and by the end of a long day, it's dead. But if the money moves automatically, on payday, before your hands can touch it, you only had to make that decision once. After that, the habit runs itself, in the background, forever. And now, here's the piece that turns a small habit into real wealth: compound interest. Let me make it concrete. Imagine 2 people who each save $200 a month. The first one starts at 25. The second waits until 35, just 10 years later. Same amount, same everything. You'd think the gap would be those 10 years of missed savings, but it's not, because the early money has decades to grow on itself. By retirement, the person who started at 25 can end up with roughly double, sometimes more, than the one who started at 35. Not because they earned more, not because they were smarter, purely because they started first. Time does the heavy lifting. But time can only work if you give it something to work with, and you give it something the day you start paying yourself first. So how do you actually do this in real life? Let's keep it simple. 4 steps. Step 1, pick a number. Start with 10% of everything you earn. If 10% makes your stomach drop, start with 5, even 1%. I mean it. The exact amount matters far less than the system itself. Step 2, automate it. Set up an automatic transfer on the very day you get paid so the money moves into a separate account before your brain even registers it arrived. No decision, no willpower, no, I'll do it later. Step 3, make it invisible. Put that money somewhere you don't look every day. A separate savings account, no debit card attached, ideally a little annoying to reach, out of sight. Remember why. Step 4, live on the rest, guilt-free. And that's the quiet magic of it. You get to spend everything that's left without a shred of guilt because your future self already got paid first. Now, I can already hear the 2 big objections. The first one, I can't afford to save anything. I hear you, so start at 1%. On a $2,000 paycheck, that's $20. You will not feel $20, but you will feel what it does to your identity, because now you're a person who saves. You can grow it later. The second, what if an emergency hits and I need that money? Fair. So the very first thing you build isn't investments, it's a small cushion. 1 month of expenses sitting safe and boring in that account. Once that's there, you start putting the rest to work. The goal here isn't to get rich by Friday, it's to make saving the thing that happens automatically, instead of the thing that never quite happens at all. So let's go back to that person earning half your salary who's somehow pulling ahead of you. Now you know their secret. It was never a bigger paycheck, it was the order. They pay themselves first. You've been paying yourself last. And that one small flip, done quietly, automatically, month after month, year after year, is the entire difference between working for money for the rest of your life and slowly building a pile of money that quietly works for you. Wealth was never about how much comes in. It's about how much you keep before the world takes its share. So remember this one line and let it rewire how you see every paycheck from now on. You don't save what's left after spending, you spend what's left after saving.